What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400, one half of Straight Off the Ave. Shout out to my co-host, Mr. Dubbins, and this is Smitster Reacts. If you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe, and shout out to the subscribers and everybody else, tuning in. You feel me? Now check it. The homie Art always doing great interviews. Love reacting to his material. You feel what I'm saying? He always some dope interviews, man. Great questions. Um, he got Bow Wow in there speaking about his Death Row days. And Bow Wow got his start with Snoop Dogg and Death Row, Bow Wow Wow Yippee Yo, you know what I'm saying? So this finna be a dope one, man. I think it's dope that he's finna talk about this because, a lot of people just know him from So Def, you feel me? And doing the Harlem Shake and the Crip Walk and shit. But yeah, man, we gonna get right into this. Shout out to Art, shout out to Bow Wow. And yeah, Smitster Reacts. Let's get it.
So what I want to do, right? I want to go a little deeper into your time at Death Row because I heard you speak about it, but I never heard you, go into detail about it like that.
Let's
So with
go.
that being said, right, how did you meet Snoop and get signed to Death Row?
Yeah, Unc discovered me, my birthplace, Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to the city, shout out to the state. It was the Chronic tour. I see you rocking the Up and Smoke joint. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so the Chronic tour was pretty much the Up and Smoke tour was a branch off of the Chronic tour. You know what I mean? And um, they came to Columbus, Ohio. I forgot which arena it was at the time, and my mother took me. I don't know what mom would take a 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid to, that type of concert. At the time, the Chronic tour was crazy. You had, of course, Unc and Dre, Dog Pounder. You also had Onyx. Onyx opened up in Boss. Boss was tough. Boss was like one of the hardest female rappers, like I would say, ever in hip hop. You know what I mean? She had the Lokes on, the denim jean outfit, the black boots. Like Boss was tough. You know what I mean? So this was a straight gangster rap tour. And, during the intermission, rest in peace, AJ Johnson, the comedian who played, Ezell and Friday, he was the host for the tour. And during the intermission, people picking people out the audience to come on stage, while they wasting time and the next artist is getting ready to go out on stage. And out of 16,000 in the arena, he picked me. And I
Look, that's what you call destiny, bro. That's what you call destiny. That's dope. Let's continue, man. Let's continue.
go on stage, I started rapping. People start throwing money on the stage. And I'm like, I'm a kid. I put the mic down at that point. I'm like, they going crazy. I'm starting to pick up the money. You know what I mean? I'm like, we getting paid. We didn't even know we was gonna get paid tonight, but we got paid that night. So you just see me scrapping for the cash, picking up all the money. And then they was like, yo, what's all the records going on out there? And I shout out to Daz. And Daz was the first person that came and got me. Like, yo, this is crazy. I'm about to let you come back here and meet Dr. Dre and Snoop. So that's where that infamous picture that came from, where I believe I want to say Unc is to my right, I'm in the middle, and Dre to my left. That was backstage at the Chronic tour that night, right after. And I went to the back. Of course, no place for a child to be. It's weed smoke everywhere. It's, Nick rolling dice. It's Death Row, hot. Like, this is 92, 93 Death Row. This is, I wasn't even out yet. This was all off a deep cover in the Chronic.
That's wild. Picture that. A little young, wild. A little Bow Wow walking in backstage. They burning the Chronic, dice rolling, straight gangsters backstage. That had to be crazy. And especially for him being, I think he was about like 6 years old. You know what I mean? For a kid, period. Wow.
You know what I mean? So, only thing that you was hearing Unc really spit at the time on that tour was everything he had, whether it was a feature or, on Dre album. So from there, they was just like, they spoke to my mom and was like, yo, we need to make this a continuous thing and keep Lil Man on the tour. And we just put him in the audience in every city. So it looked like I'm from each city and they just gonna keep picking me. And then after the tour was over, that's when they got serious. Like, can he get to LA? And Suge hollered at my mom and was like, yo, we want the little nigga. Like, we want him to be out here with us, and we want to groom him, we want to mold him. And of course, I was right up under Snoop, and the rest was history. I ended up moving to LA without my mom's. You know, Suge they put me in school, and you know, he told this story too on this interview that he did. It's floating around on YouTube. I believe it's him, Lisa Ray, and Tretch. It was like when the Source had they TV show, and he kind of broke it down. You know what I mean? And he definitely wasn't capping in that interview when he was speaking on me. And you know, even with Arsenio Hall, you know, Arsenio Hall came after the Chronic tour, and I wasn't even supposed to come out. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, yeah, Suge did not want me to come out uh, on that episode that Snoop performed. But you know what they say, sometimes you got to go take that. You know, if you know you possess a talent and this is the golden moment. And at that time, my mama was like, "Nigga, this is it. I know we ain't supposed to do it, but scoot your little ass out there, get a little closer to that curtain, let them see him." And then, you know, my son needed you know, this Snoop knew all that Snoop. And Arsenio held it down like a real one. He did. He was like, "Come on, little man, come close the shop with me." He ain't always gonna be doing all that cursing at that age, but you know, you could just you could just tell like that I was just born for this. Like it was just natural. You know what I mean? Even at 6, the way I was rhyming, the way I was holding the mic, my posture, how I was walking, moving when I was performing, it was just, I was born with it. Then once I got around them, it just kind of molded. They just molded it, molded it, molded it. You know what I mean? But we did a lot of things. It's 2 unreleased tracks that was supposed to go on the Murder Was the Case soundtrack that's floating around for show on YouTube
Oh,
that
for
people
real?
that, oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, word.
It's a record called Dave, right? That I rap. And then there's 2 versions. There's a version out right now where it's Snoop rapping the lyrics, and then there's a version out with me rapping the lyrics. The song was mine. I believe the version that Unc got put out that got leaked was my reference track. But I'm talking crazy on these records. And then it's another one that's like after 3 p.m. That's with me and Corrupt. And after 3 o'clock. That's with me and Corrupt. And I'm wilding on there. That record is like, that's just great. We gotta like insert the audio like while we doing this too, just so they know, like, yo, what the but yeah, man, that's those were moments. And of course, you know, the Gin and Juice video, jumping up and down the couch. And you know, from there, being on the Doggy Style album, you know, doing each and every voice of the G's and Hustlers skit, you know, that's you in the back of the friends brace. Who you want to be? Oh, my name is Snoop. Oh, all right, Snoop. I want to be a motherfucking hustle. That's all me. Every kid you hear, that was me at 6 years old. So I was being put in position. You know what I'm saying? They was using me. I was working, but you know, I don't think the music was going to drop right away until I got a little older. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, once Unc recognized like this ain't really a place for nephew to be at, you know, it's time for me to move him in. You know, then, you know, once they made that move and in Death Row, the whole situation happened, Dre left, and you know, I had to kind of find my place again.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because I never knew that she was on death row like that. Like I heard you speak on it, but I never knew that she was on death row like that to that extent, you know. But I want to backtrack. So that, you know, video of you being a kid on the Arsenio Hall show, you said that Suge, he didn't want you to come out?
Yeah, nah, I was not supposed to come out. You know, this was Unc's debut. You know, this is Doggy Style. This is his moment to shine. And, you know, we all just there as the artists to be there to support, you know, and um, you know, we was like, "F that." You know, this is the moment. Like, you know, my mom and them like, "Yo, you need to get close to that curtain so Arsenio can see you. Once he see you, we going, you know, during commercial break." You got to think how fast this is happening. This is live TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, this wasn't tape. And this was live. So you only got by like a cool little couple seconds, maybe a 45, 39, what, I said 39, what a fucking weird number to pick, but like a, you know, 45-second, 50-second commercial break where it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's come on, we gotta. And then last second, like, come on, close that with me. Like you rap, and you know, he even gave me the little interview too. What's your name? I'm like, my name Bow Wow. Okay, Bow Wow. Okay, y'all gonna hear his stuff later. And y'all gonna be out buying this. You know what I mean? So it's like when you talk about a hip hop story, it's like it don't get no better than that. I always say I got one of the
Mm-hmm.
best hip hop stories in hip hop history. Like to go from 5 to being on Arsenio Hall to then being, you know, discovered by, you know, Death Row to being around that to being a part of the creation of one of the biggest albums of all time in hip hop, which is Doggy Style, you know, I mean, really being there and being a part of the process, being in the studio with Dre, being in the studio with Snoop, you know, staying at the La Manchas Hotel and, you know, right there in LA. And I mean, it was just an experience, man. It was just, you know, a moment in life that, you know, it was golden. You know, I remember Busta Rhymes telling me when we was on Cash Money together, he was like, man, you like a fucking hip hop alien, dog. Like you're like not even fair. You're like a cheat code. Like you lived 4 or 5 hip hop life sentences, nigga. Like it's crazy. You start as a kid, and your teenage years, then your 20s, then your like you've seen every, every era of this. You know what I mean? And it's dope to look back and to be able to say, I was a part of that and I was there for that. So it's a blessing.
Yeah, man, that's dope. Another dope interview. As of course, we're only seeing clips of it, but another dope interview, I'm sure. And shoot, to this point, super dope. Um, yeah, man. Back then, I remember Lil Bow Wow. You feel me? He was going hard. He is low key like that. Is you got to think like that's the '90s era. That's the 2000s. You feel what I'm saying? Like the he definitely he was on mad labels, Cash Money, So Death Row. Sheesh. That's dope, man. That's dope. Um, if you made it this far, give us a like and a subscription. Shout out to the subscribers. You feel me? Sign off in the comments. How you feel about Bow Wow's what he was saying about his upbringing. Super dope, in my word, and in my opinion. But yeah, man, this has been Smitster Reacts, the homie Smitster 400, signing off, man. Owie.